Tatsuki Fujimoto 17 to 26 is an 8-episode anthology anime series based off of a 2-volume manga done by Tatsuki Fujimoto between the ages of 17 and 26 before Chainsaw Man, basically. So it's 8 episodes, and it's like 7 directors, I think, did the stories, and it's like a weird little mix of all sorts of stories. So I wanted to check this out because I just finished Chainsaw Man Season 1, and I'm waiting for Season 2, and this is a really cool mix. The first one is kind of like, it reminded me of A Fantastic Planet, but it's about a story about aliens showing up on Earth, and all the different aliens like to eat humans. So within 6 months, they have eaten everyone except for a small duo who pretend to be chickens in a school courtyard, and one student wants to protect the humans and feeds them, and basically has to try to get them out before the aliens find out. And there's a lot of violence, eating. It's pretty scary, but it's also like high octane action. Pretty interesting sort of themes about veganism, really. That's what that one's about. Sasaki Stopped the Bullet is another weird one. It's about a young man who is in high school, I guess, and he has a crush on his teacher. However, a man with a gun shows up. He wants to cause havoc or kill her for whatever reason, and she's like, I'll have sex with you if you let all my students go. And the one student doesn't like this, so he stands up for her and then stops a bullet, and it ends up being a weird philosophical sort of argument with the gunman, and it's just a really strange, weird, unique concept that's just a little out there, but it's still fun. This one was a pretty interesting episode. It definitely, I don't really know what the theme was, but it was still fun nonetheless. All right, the third one is called Love is Blind. This one might be my favorite. It's about a class president of sorts. It's going to be graduating soon, and he wants to walk home his classmate that he has a crush on, and he wants to tell her that he likes her on the way home. However, he keeps getting interrupted by all sorts of crazy things, and it gets really weird and wacky and hilarious. It's just so much like, what's the word? The style of the whole, you know, zoom in on his eyes, and they're like burning embers, and then like they cut to him trying to like do the love confession, gets interrupted, and it's really funny. It's like a staccato increase of just zany weirdness, and this is probably my favorite one. Shikaku is the one that made me want to watch this series. I saw a clip of it on Instagram. Basically, Shikaku is a disturbed girl who grows up to be a terrible assassin. Not terrible, I mean terrible as in she doesn't care about human life. And for 10 million yen, she will kill anyone. So this guy says, I want you to kill me, and she shoots him in the face immediately, but he heals because he's a vampire, and he has not felt joy or laughter in over several hundred years. He wants to die, he can't find a way to do it, and she ends up falling for him and doing all sorts of weird stuff that makes him laugh, and the two of them bond and end up being together. It's a weird little concept. It's kind of like a more fun version of a vampire human falling in love together, but with his signature style, and a little bit weirder and more violent, which is cool. So that one's pretty good. Then there's one called Mermaid Rhapsody. This one's about a boy who swims down to an underwater piano to play piano, and a mermaid likes it, and he teaches her, and he loves her, and then, you know, they're not allowed to because mermaids have ill will towards humans and eat them sometimes. And it's just you know, this felt like it could be a whole movie. You know, it definitely feels something that we've seen before, but a little bit different, so it's pretty interesting in that regard. Woke Up as a Girl Syndrome is about a boy who's kind of feminine, and he wakes up as a woman, and it's a weird sort of trans allegory. I didn't really get it. I mean, it's fine, but you know, it's definitely really on the nose in terms of theme, and it wasn't that funny and weird. It's really short too. Like, the story doesn't really encompass anything a lot, but it's just a weird little oddball story. It might resonate with some people more than others, but you know, it's there. Nayuta the Prophecy is, I think he used the character's name of this character in Chainsaw Man, but different character in this little episode. It's about a little girl who was born with horns on her head, and it killed her mother. So she's being raised by the father and her big brother. However, the father passes away, and he becomes the sole custodian of this prophesized demon child. And a lot of people they want her dead. They think she's going to be, you know, the apocalypse, the sort of doom-bringer of the entire human race, but he's got to like work a job and take care of her, and he has trouble because of the stigma. However, he's not understanding her, and she's killing animals, and he's not into that. And then finally she has a tantrum, and she has the ability to summon magic swords and takes on the military, and it blows up into a sort of coming of age sort of for him and her. It's a weird little concept, but it's interesting. This is why he wrote it as a story. This probably wouldn't work as a movie or an episode of TV or a series. It's just like a one short story. This one has the most magic, fantastical stuff in it, but it's still pretty good, and I like the sort of sister-brother bond of the story. That resonated well with me. And the last one is called Sisters. It's also a sibling one. It's about a older sibling whose younger sibling always tries to copy her and do the same sort of stuff. So she painted a nude portrait of her older sister from memory, and it's put on the art school front of the building, and it bothers her. This one's probably my least favorite because it has the least amount of fantastical stuff going on to it. It's just like a normal story of siblings sort of just doing stuff. All the other ones have aliens or fantastical elements. This is the only one that doesn't. So those are my thoughts on Tatsuki Fujimoto 17 to 26.